Okay, we have our final problem, 9.7, and we have 4 parts. Basically, we have to sketch those lines y equals mx plus b, and several combinations of m and b are given. So let's start. I've already drawn the axis x and y, and we have to trace a line which has m less than 0 and b less than 0. So two things we are going to first look at: the value of x-intercept, okay, which is minus b over m. If you go to the previous solutions, you should see that. And y-intercept, which is just b. Okay. So if this is the case, then m less than 0 and b less than 0, we don't have to draw a specific line because the values of b and m are not given, but we have to select a b which is less than 0, which means that it is a negative intercept, or let's say we select a point here. And if m is less than 0 and b is less than 0, then minus b over m is also negative. So you have to select any point here. So let's select this point. Okay. And we are going to draw a line. So that's our line, m less than 0 and b less than 0. So this line, I'm just going to let you know one thing. This line can be any line through this point, or any line which basically goes mostly in this direction. Okay, so it goes in this direction, and it can be either this line or some line like this, some line very close to the origin but not crossing the origin, something like this. Any line would work as long as the b-intercept is negative and x-intercept is negative. Sorry, the y-intercept and the x-intercept, those two intercepts are negative. Okay, so let me mention that here. And this is also negative. Okay, the negative values. So let's try the next one. So the next one is m greater than 0 and b equals 0. If b is equal to 0, it means that it has to pass through the origin. So if this is the origin, this will pass through origin. And we know that m greater than 0, or m is a positive value, means that it is an acute angle. Okay, so both x and the x intercept and y intercept values are 0, and it is passing through the xy in a positive direction, which means basically the rise equals the rise and the run both are positive. Rise is there, run is also positive. So that would be an example of m greater than 0 and b equals 0. Okay. The third one is C, m is equal 0, but b is greater than 0. Let me readjust the camera. m equals 0 but b is greater than 0. If m is equal to 0 but b is greater than 0, so let's select a positive intercept, y-intercept, which is b, and m is equal 0 means the line is parallel to the x-axis. Why? Because no matter what x you choose, let's say x is 50 or x is minus 50, you will always get y is 0, because m times x, if m is 0, then m times x is also 0. So that's why this line will be parallel to the x-axis at some positive b intercept. So this is positive. Okay, finally, we have one problem, which is m greater or m equals 1 and b less than 0. So as soon as you see b is less than 0, we have to select b here. And this is a b, which is negative. So this is a negative value. And this is actually, this is the b. We will not mark it because we really do not know what that value is. So let's not mark it. But this is a negative value and its value is b. Now we are also seeing that m equals 1. So minus b over m, which is the x-intercept, minus b over m. What is the value of that? That is just b, minus b, because m equals 1. So if this is the case, let's say this was minus 5. Okay, I'll just write it here because it's just good to have a value. You know, it's easier to understand that. But let's say this is minus 5 and m is 1. So minus b over m is minus of, so let's write here, minus b over m is minus of minus 5 over 1, which is just 5. So whatever is the value of b, the same value is there on the x-intercept, but the sign is opposite of b. If b is minus 5, x-intercept is plus 5. Okay. So let's see here. And we are going to draw a line which passes through them. Okay, I'm just going to draw one portion of the line, then extend it. As long as you have these arrows, it shows that it's infinitely extended. So whenever value of m is 1, it means that the amount of rise you're going to get, if you go from here to here, let's say, the amount of rise is this much. Same amount of run you're going to get because m is equal to 1. So rise is equal to run. So this is your rise and run. So m equals 1 is basically a line which is exactly parallel to the middle of x and y. When you will do trigonometry, this angle will be 45-degree angle. I'll just write it down. You don't have to know now, but later on you will know that this is actually 45-degree angle. Okay, I think I'm going to close this topic here. This is just pre-algebra. We can pick this up in algebra course with more interesting problems. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.